Hey family, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be starting a new series called School is in Session. But before that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're new. This family cannot grow without the help from all of you. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So this series is just going to be me talking about games, my thought on game topics, reviews of games, etc, etc, etc. You get the point. Now with that being said, school is now in session. Disclaimer, remember this is just my opinion on the game that we're reviewing, and if you have a different opinion, that's okay. Just let me know down in the comment section below what you think. Today's game is Apex Legends. It's a game that took many by surprise, including myself. It's made by Respawn Entertainment, which are the creators of the Titanfall series. And this is actually confirmed to be in the same universe. They go as far to state that it takes place years after Titanfall 2. Now, huge disclaimer for those who haven't played this game or haven't noticed the gameplay in the background, but this is yet another Battle Royale game. Now, I know many people, including myself, are tired of Battle Royale everywhere it feels like. Battle Royale in Call of Duty, Battle Royale I believe coming soon onto Battlefield, Battle Royale here on Apex. It's everywhere nowadays. Regardless, tangent aside, it does feel very much like Titanfall in the terms of the movement and gunplay, at least in my opinion. Like mentioned before, the movement is very nice. It's so smooth. Holding the jump button is gonna help you scale bigger buildings, and while holding the crouch button will help you slide down hills, ramps, or stairs. This does, however, help you in many cases. By sliding down, you can actually increase your speed. This isn't the only way to increase your speed, although not recommended. You can put your gun away and you can just run. It helps your speed increase, but since this map is very small and it only hosts 60 people, you run into them very often. So this isn't ideal for the game. The teams are divided into 3-man squad. With the introduction of legends, it really does feel like it matters who you pick as your legend, as all legends each have 3 different abilities, all which suits the squad you play as and affects not just you but your team members. Not only will it affect you and your team members, but it's also going to affect how you play the game. Picking legends with more passive abilities will have you playing more defensive during these games, while others that have more aggressive abilities will reward the player for being more aggressive during game. Finding not only the best character for you, but finding the character that suits the team is honestly quite difficult. I found myself fighting over a certain character with a couple of my friends because we couldn't decide, hey, I want this one or I want that one. And honestly, it became very difficult until we finally settled it, and now we all have our characters. It matters. It really does matter who the legend you play with is. Now, if you want a more in-depth review of these legends and their abilities, of course, you are on a platform where you can see thousands of videos on these. So I recommend you looking online for more in-depth analysis, because this is not this kind of video. In this game, you heavily rely on your team as well. They implemented a really good pinging system that helps you ping items, enemies, places to go, among other things. This makes it great for people who don't play as a 3-man squad and find themselves often missing a player. Or if you solo queue, this is a really good system for you as well. This ping system is not only easy to use, but it doesn't really disrupt your gameplay. You can ping things while you're moving, while you're doing something, and it doesn't feel like it's in the way. And that's something that's really, really nice about this game. Being able to ping something for someone that doesn't have a mic, maybe. Or maybe you're the person that doesn't have the mic. Although this game promotes heavily this team-based gameplay, even if you don't have a mic, you don't feel like you're left out of the team just because you can't speak to them. And because this ping system they did was very spot on. It's very good in my opinion. Now, the revival system in this game is something they did very well, and I hope that others take account of this and also not necessarily copy it, but expand on this idea. Normally, once you die in a battle royale game, it's done. You're good. You cannot play anymore. You either watch your friends as they have fun without you, or you wait until they die or win. One of those. Here you can not only just revive your downed players, downed friends, when they're done, when they're dead, there's still a chance for them to be resurrected from the dead. And you do this by collecting a tag. You go to a location where you can specifically reclaim that tag. They will drop out of a ship and they will come. They will be here with no weapons, nothing as they did before. It's like if they had just jumped off into a brand new game. And honestly, that's really nice. They have these storage areas around it where you can collect weapons and get your basic necessities just to go on. And that's something that's really, really, really nice for somebody who isn't such a great player. Now, using this kind of system will hinder you very, very open. They put these in an area where it's wide open. You don't have much cover. And that's unfortunate because you are trying to revive your teammate. But that's just the fun of the game. That risk you're willing to take to revive that teammate. Is it worth it or is it not? In some of the cases with my friends, Jesus wasn't worth rescuing, so we didn't do it. Now here's some things that I don't like too much about this game. It takes too long to heal. It really just does. I may be in the minority here, and that's okay. But in my opinion, in the way I feel like it takes forever to heal or to regenerate your shield. And that for me is a killer. It really just sucks that it takes forever. At least that's what it feels to me. Something else that I don't like too much is the clip size. It's terrible. You don't get a lot of bullets inside your clip. You get weapons with 16 or 18 bullets, I believe. The most you can get is like 50 something bullets in the LMG. So I feel like that promotes a lot of you trying to find that LMG because you don't want to use the SMGs or the assault rifles or the pistols or the shotguns just because you don't have enough bullets in that clip. And it really, really sucks. Because then I will drop a really good AR for LMG just because it has more bullets. And that's something that shouldn't happen. You should have enough bullets in that clip to make you feel like you can do something. There's times where I go into a game, I start shooting, I run out of bullets, and I reload, and I felt like I didn't do any damage because half of my bullets I missed. And that kind of really sucks. Something else that worries me a lot about this game is EA. We all know how they are. Right now, everything is cosmetic at this point. But there are two characters that are locked behind a paywall. And you can't really get them unless you pay real money or you just grind. That's the only way. Much like in Rainbow Six Siege, where you have to get the operators by real money or you get them from in-game currency. They do plan on bringing out 2 more characters in March 2019. But the question still remains, will they also be behind a paywall or will they be free? This honestly, like I said, worries me a lot about this game. Because will this game be a free to play? Or will it become a type of game that's free to start? That's a question that only time will tell going into the future of this game. And this can mean a lot for this game. It can either ruin it or make it better. Let's just hope EA keeps their hands off of Apex Legends. Now, overall, the game is great for what you pay. You don't pay anything. It's a free-to-play game at this moment. Many good things come from this game, but a couple stuff that, to me, are underwhelming and unsettling. The clip size, to me, was a hard hitter. I cannot get over the fact that I can't go into a gunfight comfortable, knowing that I can do this when I have such a small clip. Now, I am aware that you can increase your clip by finding clips, extended mags, and that's good, but I just wish we had more, and that is honestly, to me, hurts the game, in my opinion. Having to reload in the middle of a gunfight just ruins it for me, and it really does. But this game does do some good things, having somewhat of a strategy in this game when you either have to go for the attack or not. And it can be really fun with friends. With all this in mind, Apex Legends final report card is going to be a B+. Yeah, it's only a B+. It's not the clip issue that's going on here. The big problem for me is EA. It's hard for me to give a game an A if it's too early in its cycle. If Respawn's left alone and EA doesn't try to get their hands into the game and ruin it, much like sports games that they do have, or the Battlefront series, this can be a very, very good game and could very well be an A or an A plus. But because of this uncertainty, I really cannot give it that grade just yet. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next class session. Peace, family. Much love.